Have you ever stared at a math graph and felt like it's speaking a secret language you just don't get? Well, today we're going to decode one of its most powerful words, symmetry. And you'll see how understanding it can make even the most complicated-looking functions suddenly make a whole lot more sense.
So, to get us started, I've got a little riddle for you. What could a simple letter from the alphabet, like A, possibly have in common with a mathematical function? Sounds kind of random, right? But they actually share this really cool, elegant property.
You got it. It's symmetry. Think about it. If you draw a vertical line right down the middle of the letter A, the left half is a perfect mirror image of the right half. This super simple idea, it's the absolute key to understanding our first type of function, symmetry.
Okay, so let's take that whole mirror idea and bring it into the world of graphs. We're going to start with what's called the visual test, which is honestly the most intuitive way to spot symmetry, just by looking.
And that brings us to our first official term, an even function. Just imagine the y-axis. That vertical line running right down the middle of the graph is a perfect mirror. If the part of the graph on the right side is a perfect reflection of the part on the left, then congratulations, you're looking at an even function.
And you can see this really clearly when you look at the points on the graph. Notice how for any point, let's call it x, y, its mirror image, negative x, y, is also right there on the curve. They're at the exact same height, just flipped over to the other side of that y-axis mirror.
All right, but what if the graph isn't a mirror image across the y-axis? Well, it might be what we call an odd function. Now, this kind of symmetry is a little different. It's not about flipping it, it's about rotating it. A full 180-degree turn right around the origin. You know, that center point, 0, 0. Here's a fantastic way to picture this. Imagine you could put a thumbtack right in the center of the graph, and then you spin the whole thing halfway around. If it lands and looks exactly the same as when it started, bam, you've got yourself an odd function. It's kind of like a seesaw, balancing perfectly on that middle point. Now, seeing symmetry is one thing, and it's super helpful, but you know how it is in math, we've got to be able to prove it. And that's where the algebraic test comes in. This is how we can be 100% sure, just by looking at the function's equation itself. So here they are, the two big rules, side by side. For an even function, the rule is this. If you plug in a negative x, you get the exact same function you started with. No change at all. For an odd function, when you plug in that negative x, you get the entire original function back, but with its sign completely flipped. Let's put this to the test with that first example. We've got f of x equals 2x to the fourth plus x squared plus 1. Now we replace every single x with negative x. Because the powers are even, 4 and 2, raising a negative number to an even power makes it positive. So the negatives just disappear. We end up with the exact same equation we started with. And since f of negative x equals f of x, we've just proven it's an even function. Simple as that. Okay, now for the odd function example, h of x. Here we have h of x equals 2x cubed plus x. See how the powers are odd this time? That's the key. When we plug in negative x, a negative number raised to an odd power stays negative. So those negative signs stick around, and every term flips its sign. This makes the whole new function the exact negative of what we started with. And that's our proof. F of negative x equals negative f of x. It's definitely odd. But, and this is really important, a lot of functions don't fall into either of these neat little boxes. Take a look at that middle one, g of x. When you plug in negative x here, that first term with the odd power flips its sign, right? But that plus 1 at the end, it doesn't have an x, so it just stays a plus 1. The result isn't the same as the original, but it also isn't the perfect negative of the original. So what is it? It's neither even nor odd. All right, so we've got the visual test and the algebraic test down. But guess what? There's one more way to spot symmetry. And this one is all about finding patterns in a simple table of values. For an even function, check out what happens with the outputs for opposite inputs. See here? F of 3 is 2, and f of negative 3 is also 2. Same thing for 7 and negative 7. Whenever the output, the f of x value, is identical for both x and negative x, that's a dead giveaway that the function is even. And here's the pattern you'll see for an odd function. Notice that the outputs for opposite inputs are, well, opposites. F of 4 is negative 8, but f of negative 4 is positive 8. f of 1 is -5, while f of -1 is +5. This pattern, where you get opposite outputs for opposite inputs, is the classic sign of an odd function.
Okay, this is all pretty cool, but you're probably asking the big question, so what? Why do I actually need to know any of this? And that's a great question. Let's connect all this theory to something really practical.
Check this out. This is a real problem from an SAT test. It's asking you to find the value of x where the function hits its minimum. Now, just by glancing at the graph, it kind of looks symmetrical, right? If we can be sure about that, it gives us a massive shortcut to finding the answer.
And that's the whole point, really. Symmetry isn't just some neat trivia, it's a genuine problem-solving tool. Think about that SAT question. If you recognize that the graph has y-axis symmetry, and you can see one of the low points is at x equals 3, you instantly know there has to be another matching low point at x equals -3. It helps you find the solution way faster and with a lot more confidence. So just remember this. These properties aren't just abstract rules you have to memorize for a math class. They're actual practical tools that help us analyze graphs and solve real problems. They help us understand the world using the language of math.
You know, we started with the letter A, but this pattern of symmetry is literally everywhere you look, from the wings of a butterfly to the spiral of a galaxy. So I'm going to leave you with a question. Now that you know what to look for, where else are you going to see these mathematical patterns out there in the world around you?